everybody, it's SPX 2019. My name is Joe.
I'm Rusty.
I'm Giancarlo D'Alessandro. Hello.
What's going on, Giancarlo?
Giancarlo, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I am thrilled to be here. This is like every year. This is like a sort of comic pilgrimage for me. I'm from Wilmington, North Carolina.
Oh wow!
And I've driven. I have flown. I've taken a cart and buggy if I have to get here every year. And
How many times have you walked?
Walked? Well, it depends on how many of the metro stops are out. Am I right?
Ooh, okay, all right.
First year, I was all the way
Metro.
down the red line. I think it was a good 2 miles up, and then, but now I got a hotel here. So
Oh, really?
It's very,
Moving on
very
up.
nice.
Oh, man.
I feel very.
You must
fancy.
know people. Jeez.
Yeah, I know you guys.
Half these
yeah,
rooms are boarded up. They don't even want people staying here.
You gotta sneak in through the roof.
You gotta know the Marriotts.
I don't know the rules, man. It's
yeah.
like the tricks of the trade. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
So it's only by helicopter. That's how they keep.
Really?
Only the rich people can get the rooms that
wow,
way.
like
Yeah.
Chinooks?
Yep.
I love the Chinook. It's a good
It's
helicopter.
two helicopters in one.
Silver Sprocket, like they skydive in every year. So that's
Really?
usually I
What
happen
an
to go.
entrance.
Those guys
What
know
an
it.
entrance.
Yeah, I come in from the sewers. I do my best. So what is it that you have with us today?
I myself haven't personally tabled, but I run and publish and edit Milk and Honey. It's a comic anthology that is it started here about I think 5 years ago at Small Press. I gathered a bunch of people who were tabling and who friends I had made along the way, and I published something to showcase them and bring it together. And every year it's knock on wood, it's been getting bigger and better. And and now I have, I don't have a table this year, but you can find it at 6 different tables at Small Press this year. So that's it's always exciting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you intending to be everywhere while being nowhere? Is that your goal?
Exactly. I'm the misty man behind the shadow. No, I would be. The lottery is I think one of the most suspenseful things, but I hope to get
Yes.
a table now in the upcoming future. Right? Hopefully this won't blow my chances.
No. The lottery is the worst. It's just the best option we got.
No,
Yeah.
it works though. I think I was talking with Warren earlier, and he had told me that he had done the math where if someone was attending, they could go to every single table, and if they didn't eat, if they didn't do any of the workshops, they would be able to visit every table on Saturday. But they would only have to be there for like a minute and a half
Yeah.
for each
Oh,
one.
yeah.
So that's that's
90
awesome.
seconds. Go.
Yeah, that's a very stressful shopping trip. And you better bring cash.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no square's going to go that
No,
fast.
got time for
you
squares.
can't swipe that quick.
So
It's like keep the change. Go.
I guess what really made you want to start participating in your own way in the comics world?
Well, cartoonists are they're the biggest, not only the biggest influence for me personally, but obviously for everybody here, which is it's a giant, it's getting bigger every year, and obviously it matters on such a titanic level. And I also, as well as seeing people who are blessed enough to get a table, you see people who are just getting out of school, or they have they have their online presence, and they don't really have a chance to say I've been involved with this. So especially when it was just starting out, I was looking for people who wanted to get a name, who I wanted to put on a platform and celebrate. And this also helped. And then also I found some bigger names and some medium-sized names. And so I hope that it's one of the younger people who maybe hasn't been published will find the Michael Sweater or the Benji Nate and be I want to be like them. And I'm and I think that is that's the best thing that I hope Small Press can create in someone, because it did for me.
That's perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. How did you come up with the name?
It was a little biblical. I imagined this almost land of plenty, and it's all cornucopias bursting with comics. And I think Michael Sweater did the copy of my second issue, and it's these giants in this mountain range, and they're just eating the ground, and it's that's how I feel when I get a load of comic. I'm about to show already my stash, and it's this tall of books.
Yep.
Do you want to show it off?
No, not yet, because
It's going to get even more impressive.
it's going to
this
even
weekend.
get more
Okay,
impressive.
yeah.
We're 2 hours
You don't
in.
show the art until it's finished.
That's right, yeah.
So are you prepared to travel with this mass of comics?
I drew this year, or I drove this year. So,
right. So you
when it was a plane, it was a little tougher, but it's easier just to have a trunk that you can throw it in, right?
That's the way.
Rusty is a bit of a connoisseur when it comes to deals.
I
He
appreciate a
loves
good deal.
finding a good bargain, and he will be happy to tell you how much he paid for something. He's
How much for
here.
that haircut?
How much for the haircut, Rusty?
$15.
Now, did you save any money on it?
Funny story. I had a coupon.
That's how my boy rolls.
At the haircuttery.
is
And that is
wholesome.
why I titled him. Well, I didn't title him. He was titled.
I got the title, Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas.
And so with that, I gifted him a real gavel.
Nice.
And
nice.
so what we would like to do is to hear from you about the best deal that you remember getting. Something that you may have bragged to others about. A deal you scored.
Oh man, okay. This is a gotcha interview. I got I traded a stick of one of my first stickers that I did for Milk and Honey was just the little Blockbuster logo because like they can't sue me now. They out of here. They can't
Deal with the suckers.
deal with
Yeah.
it, suckers. And someone was so in love with just like having the Blockbuster sticker. She gave me like a $10 zine, and I was
Whoa.
like, whoa. So I had to pull out some other little stickers, but that was like.
So you really tried to make it a little bit better.
I tried to make it a little bit better.
But you got to understand, like, you can't make it too good because then you'll lose that glow.
You'll lose
Yeah.
that glow.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you knew from the beginning you were getting that straight.
All right, Rusty.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
what
yeah.
he's presented us with is he had a sticker that to him was great, but maybe
yeah.
not special as it was to somebody else.
Not on that level.
And just for that, he was gifted a $10 zine.
That's high value.
Oh, that's great. Giancarlo,
Man.
there's two more things we're going to cover. One is
absolutely.
where people can find your work, right?
Yeah.
But before we get there, do you want to answer a mystery question?
I would love to answer a mystery
Let's
question.
bring the machine in. First, we got to bring in Quarters the ghost. Quarters holds the quarters.
Quarters is the keeper
He's
of the
the
quarters.
keeper of the quarters.
Whoa. Bum, 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 bum. Is it two or one?
Just
It's
one.
just one. We bought this machine to spec. We helped design it with the people that make them.
It's
Like
amazing.
you can choose how much money they cost. We could have made it free, but no. Let's
Where's the
involve
fun in that?
Quarters.
At least next time it should be like special little small press like
SPX
arcade
tokens.
Oh, yeah. You know, I've dreamed about getting my own coin made, and it's just you got to buy a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't think a
yeah.
lot of people are going to care about it than me. And I don't need too many coins with me on them. I just need one.
I mean, most kings do have like at least
Currency?
one currency.
Yeah, some kind of currency.
Bankrupt.
Damn.
That actually-
that's true comic king lifestyle for
Oh,
you.
yeah.
That actually already happened with the capsules. When we bought the capsules for the machine, if they became so much cheaper in bulk that to buy about 200, which is what we needed, cost the same as 2,000.
So you got 2,000.
So we
there's-
obviously
We
got
had to.
2,000.
When we moved last year, we moved from, we're roommates, and we moved from, when that was 2 years ago, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, we moved from a house that was more space than we needed to an apartment, not enough space. And so we gave away probably 1,000 lids and
Yes.
1,000
There were these
capsule
giant
bodies.
Vats of
And
things.
they were, I mean, I felt bad. Now we're dealing with real numbers, and it is
Yeah.
stressful.
It's like, what are you gonna fill with it? That's the real like mental question.
Yes.
My question though for you guys is, which job are you terrible at?
First of all, that's a question for you.
Oh shoot! Well,
That's your question.
Everything. No,
Which job are you terrible at?
I was a terrible fry cook. Anything behind a kitchen. I'm always my first job ever was at a Zaxby's, which is like a chicken place.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I still have freaking fry scars
Oh my
just
God.
by like
Wow. Just like
tossing those tenders
grease
in there.
debris, yeah.
Yeah, and so it's like
So
these
why
are
were you
moneymakers.
why were you bad why were you bad at it?
I
Because you didn't, is it just a matter of not caring,
yeah.
or were you actually
how-
functionally bad at this job?
No, I think that one was more of a functionally just not caring.
Yeah.
Because like I didn't. Yeah, I didn't apply myself.
Just
you
caution
know-
to the wind, throwing
Yeah,
stuff in the vat.
and then paying the price.
Disinterest can ruin any job, regardless of how good it is. So did you ever throw anything else in the fryer that shouldn't have been in there? And look, I'm not saying this. This is not a gotcha.
It's,
Yes.
Yeah, it's actually
this is
CEO,
not legally
But
binding.
here's the
It's
thing.
all right.
We used to, I don't think we have it anymore. We had a chocolate fountain here. It was a mainstay of the SPX after Ignat's ceremony. About a decade ago, we went out and got Chinese food after the show on the Saturday. We came back and we had some excess fried chicken.
Just
Sweet and sour
breaded chicken pieces.
Yeah. And I asked Rusty, And this is the thing. I've known him for decades. If I ask him, there's a good chance I'll do something.
Probably going to do it.
And I asked him, I said, why don't you put that in the chocolate fountain? And he did.
Chocolate chicken, that's
Disgusting.
Yeah.
like I was about to say a Molière sauce. Like you put it on enchilada, but maybe just
In
raw.
this case, it was just cheap milk chocolate sauce.
So-
And the amazing thing was,
Yeah,
the first thing he said was, "How's it taste?" And I said, "I don't know," because my brain refused to mix the two tastes. I tasted
cut
chicken
off.
and I tasted chocolate, but my brain would not put them together.
And so with that admission in mind, what did you put in the fry?
I was just bad at the frying, but I was good about not contaminating stuff. But I can tell you, I have destroyed a giant ice sculpture at a work party once. Not Zaxby's. Zaxby's can't afford ice sculptures.
No.
But it was
Well,
for
not the way you
production.
fried fries.
Not the way I fried. Yeah, exactly. But I think that is my notorious claim to fame, where I had to look into a different industry, because at the work party I broke a very nice ice sculpture. So
What was the sculpture of?
It was, oh boy, now this is naming names.
Oh,
It
you know
was,
what? Don't tell us. We'll imagine.
It was.
It was
for
3
a-
children. Why? I don't know. But that's what it was.
It was a statue of pieces of ice. It
Oh, it
started
was a
out as
statue of
something
pieces of
different.
ice?
4 cubes on
It was a
top together.
glacier?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have worked. It was, I tell you, it was Army Wives, the Lifetime show.
Oh,
I
wow.
worked on the 7th season, and it was just.
That's the legendary one.
Oh,
That's the one
legendary.
people still talk about.
That's
Yeah.
one. Okay,
I
Julia
still tweet about it.
still tweet about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Jesse McCarthy, what the hell?
Oh.
But yeah, it was like the rap party afterwards, and it just got tipped over on the end, and I had to leave the state.
But maybe you were just preparing ice for everybody at once.
You know, that's a subconscious generosity.
Yeah.
That's a good attitude. I'm gonna start saying that.
Like I tried, guys.
Try it. There you go.
Before we let you go, where can people find your magazine?
Absolutely. I have physical copies. We have 6 contributors out and about, but our the closest one that you can get to is on, I got to double check the number here. It's over at the table of Caroline and Scott of Percy Dew, and that is H10B.
Well, now, if it's not at the show,
Oh, it's
can
at
someone-
the show
Where can,
there.
where can people
Oh,
find
it's
you
not
online
the show.
too?
You could find me. It is free digitally. You can download it as a PDF
Oh,
at
wow.
milkandhoneycomics.com, as well as with our other 4 issues. And we have some other little profile pages of all of our past contributors. We have, I have this new Tamagotchi-inspired shirt available there. We got sticker sets and a Rizograph poster by Andrew Greenstone, who's an LA nib cartoonist. And he did the cover for our 3rd. And all sorts of cool apparel and stuff there. But milkandhoneycomics.com.
Fantastic.
you have a Tamagotchi-style shirt, and I have to say, you've included a heart with the Tamagotchi, but when I remember my
nice.
Tamagotchi, all I remember is the poop next to
You
it.
know, it's
So much
funny
fun.
you say that. You'll have to show this to the camera closer.
Sure.
But
Oh,
I
yeah.
have that is the
We'll
alternative
put it up on
design.
here.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
there's a
that's what I
there's a little
remember.
poo in there.
I remember the graphic of poop.
Yes.
I was a
Poo.
bad Tamagotchi dad.
See, well, that should have been my worst job, because I think I had more angels, which is just them dying and then
Oh, yeah.
holding on to life.
Well, you know what? Sometimes killing things is just trying to make friends for the afterlife.
You're
just creating-
necromantic love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're making a Tamagotchi heaven. That's okay.
It's beautiful.
Thank you for sitting with us, Giancarlo.
Thank you.
Yes.
I've seen you guys year after years, and I didn't realize I can just walk up and start talking to you.
yeah.
That's fantastic.
We're here for the people.
Nice.
And that's how we find out about bad fry cooks.
Hell yeah. We'll see you guys at prom, right?
See you
Yes,
there.
indeed.